Jake gave me a ride home from the studio the other day, and I had him drive me down Lakeshore Drive, and there's an awful lot of streetwalkers out. We propositioned about 3 women for sex, and let me just tell you, Jake's got buku game. Jake is a Casanova. I'd be surprised if the baby weren't Jake's. To be perfectly honest, because I mean the man gets around. I mean he's a dirty dick man, and his deafness. I mean he's really playing a card there where he's trying to get you to underestimate him, but he's a true lady killer out there. He's just massacring the poon.
This isn't the time right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't the best circumstances right now, but it's important. It's important that we talk about this. This incident, this horrible, tragic accident. It was an accident, and it wasn't supposed to happen.
It was an accident, yes.
The baby's dead now. The baby's passed over. And I'm sorry for the pain some of you might be going through. That baby meant a lot to me. That baby meant so much to me. The fact that it was that it could do, it was a breathing thing. It was alive. It was a baby. It was a baby that was living, that could walk slowly, but it could walk. I mean, it was a little slower, but it was a baby. Babies are not supposed to die this early. That's not good. That's not normal. I'm not happy about that. This isn't a great thing. I don't think we've clarified what happened to the baby, and I want to say that to everyone, that it was a horrible accident, wasn't it, Bert? It was a
absolute, unforeseen, completely unpredictable, my heart goes out to Ryan Cox at this moment because he's a first-time father suffering from the loss of his child, and that's hard. That definitely strikes burtbyrd to the core, ladies and gentlemen, and what can I say? In a lot of ways, the baby was, when we are born, we cry that we have come to this great stage of fools, ladies and gentlemen. So the bard said, and I'd like to take a moment and look at the silver lining to this whole tragedy that we're witnessing now. We're talking about a very, very deformed, quite chromosomally challenged young infant, and had the infant survived, he would have experienced a lifetime of bullying. He would have been he'd never get any poontang. He just absolutely just deformity. Just deformity recognized, and so as a result, the fact that he went a little before his time, that can be. That can be seen as a silver lining, folks, because ultimately, burtbyrd didn't want to take care of the baby, and Cox certainly didn't want to take care of the baby, and the baby's not going to take care of itself. I can't tell you how many times I said it on the toilet, only for it to fall into the bowl, and it never, and it would still defecate into its diaper, and. Some folks just are not going to get it in this life, folks. Some folks are just meant to be, it's survival of the fittest, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I think you've gone on a little bit of a tangent. I think that's enough.
I was still getting to the main point, Cox, and the main point is, that, we did the baby a favor. It was an accident, but the fates did this child a great service. Because let's be honest. The child was definitely retarded, definitely deformed, and it's the ugliest baby I've ever seen in my life.
No, that baby. I disagree with you, Bert. That baby was beautiful in every single way. I think that baby had a lot of a lot of complications, but I think that baby was beautiful in its own beautiful way, and I don't think it's fair for you to say that right now.
Well, it is fair because it's the
I don't
truth,
think that's fair.
and therefore, it's perfectly fair. Let's agree to disagree here, Cox. This child was, absolutely just making things difficult, and God damn it,
Bert,
God damn
Bert,
it,
I'm gonna have to stop you there. I'm gonna have to stop
But
you
I was
there.
just getting to the point, Cox. I was just getting to the main point of my eulogy here, and that is
that doesn't come across. That doesn't come across very good.
No. Allow me to finish, and allow me to finish for one moment, and that is that the baby died so that those of us around the baby could live.
Be careful what you
so
say,
that we
Bert.
could live more freely, so that we could pursue our own passions and hobbies. I mean, we don't have time for that. We don't have time to deal with babies. I mean, it's always crying,
Bert,
it's shitting
Bert,
in its pants. I
Bert.
mean, it just smelled awful.
Bert.
And just to look at the child, I mean, I would lose my appetite. I swear to God, I didn't eat for a couple of days, after first meeting the child. I mean, some of that had to do with,
Okay, Bert, I'm gonna have to
tremendous
stop.
anxiety.
Bert, please stop. I understand you're upset right now, but that baby was. I mean, it was definitely not a burden. That baby was definitely not a burden. I mean,
more relieved than upset, Cox. More relieved, but go ahead.
What? Well, hold on.
No. I'm simply telling you.
This is not a good time right now. This is not. We're sad right now, Bert. We're sad right now.
We are, ladies and gentlemen, we are just disconsolate, wretched, heartbroken, miserable gentlemen at the moment.
Sammy, I think Bert's done enough talking. Sammy, can we mute his mic for a second and go to break for a second? Sammy. Oh, I don't think we've introduced everyone to Sammy.
Who?
Sammy's new.
Okay.
We needed to hire some more diversity, so she's part of our team. I don't think she's listening right now to me. She's getting acquainted.
That's the reason for the. I see the reason for the hire, indeed.
Okay, actually, you know what? I think it's a good time for us to, to come together right now and to say a few words. We both prepared a eulogy here, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with my eulogy that I prepared. So I just want to say a few things before we get into this. So, that baby meant a lot to me. I've never seen such a sight in my life. I've never had to deal with something so interesting. And I've never had to witness such a awesome sight of having the privilege of taking care of this baby, the baby. And flowers bloom in the spring. They die in the winter. And this baby deserved to die. I'm sorry, I read the wrong part of the script. This baby deserved to live. This baby deserved to live a good life. And this baby was retarded. I'm sorry, I read the wrong script. This baby was, flowers, when I look at the ocean, I see waves. And this baby is like a wave drifting through the wind. A soul that couldn't be. A soul that would have made the world a little bit more retarded. I'm sorry, that's not in my script. I'm sorry. Sammy, did you change my script? I didn't write that. To finish it off with my closing remarks, I would like to say the following. This baby was I'm just lost with words right now. I don't even know what to say. This baby was this baby, that's enough. That's my eulogy. Thank you.
Ladies and
But ladies and gentlemen, before we have Bert do his eulogy, we're going to go to break 1 moment. So if you're attending our funeral, we're opening up the phone lines after this to let you guys call in. The donations will be opened up. This is to pay respects to this baby. This is a sad thing. This is a sad incident. This is a very sad thing, and I think it's important that we pay respects, pay homage to this baby. So, with that being said, I think we'll be right back. Sammy, can you go ahead and mute the mic? Sammy.
God damn it, that was a load of bullshit, Cox. You just piled it on, man. Hats off to you, Cox.
You need to stick to the plan, man. You need to stick to the plan. You need to stick to the plan.
I don't understand how...
You're not saying it right. You said the baby was a burden. Do you know how it makes it sound right now? Do you know what it makes it sound? It makes it sound like we're full of it right now.
Right.
It makes it sound like we, you know what I mean? You know what it sounds like. And you know we can't even think about that right now. We can't even think about that. We have to be confident, we have to be bold, and we have to be assertive, Bert. I mean, this is important. We made a pact on this. We made a plan together. Everything's on the line. You know how much is on the line right now.
I know this,
you
but
know how much is on the line right now.
Ultimately, you know, we're journalists, Cox, and ultimately we have a responsibility to tell the truth.
You know what happened, but we can't tell them what happened. We have to tell them the better story.
We can't tell them what happened.
I mean, my whole career's on the line. My whole career's on the line. Do you know how important this is? The baby, I mean, it died in a horrible accident. You know what to do, Bert. Just stick to the script. Just stick to the script. Calm, level-headed, take a deep breath. Okay, we're in it together. Handshake. We're in this together. Look at me. As much as we've had our quarrels, this is something that I think is so important. Because if this doesn't go the way we need it to go, you know what's on the line. Sammy, I think we're going to go back. Sammy. Well, welcome back, everyone, to the funeral. This is a very sad day. You know, it is a sad day. And we want to welcome you back here to our funeral. And it is a sad day. Bert, Sammy says our microphones are not loud enough. Can you move it a little bit closer to you? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a couple donations I want to get to right now before we get to the eulogy here. So let's get that on. This is important. Guys, I want you to be respectful of the baby.
Hey Ryan, my dad loved your recipes so much. I made them for him, and he loved them so much that he started dancing on the ground and then went to sleep for a really long time. He's sleeping so peacefully he hasn't woken up for 3 days.
What? I don't even know what to say to that.
Well, I do know what to say. That time I ate the tuna salad that you brought to the Christmas party. You know, I basically I was pissing out of my ass for a week, Cox, and you know, you really...
Let's hold it together. Let's hold it together.
Right.
This stream is actually 2 baby killers celebrating getting away with murder. RIP microwavable baby hot pocket.
No,
that's absolutely false.
That is absurd.
Patently untrue, ladies and gentlemen.
That is absolutely absurd.
Patently untrue.
This baby died in a horrible... You want me to tell you what happened? I didn't want to go into what happened to the baby. Do you want me to tell you what happened to the baby?
Tell the folks what happened.
Do you want me to tell you what happened to the baby?
Absolutely. The inquiring minds need to know.
Jake was watching the baby. Okay, first of all, Jake was watching the baby. Not saying it's his fault.
It was Jake, however.
But Jake was watching the baby. You know you were, Jake. Jake was watching the baby, and here's what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Jake, he fell asleep on the job. The baby was playing with wires. It was playing with wires. Our microphone wires. It opened. It chopped its mouth into the wires. You know what happened,
Ladies
right?
and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, just like that,
the baby shocked itself. The baby shocked itself. It was electrocuted and died instantly, but there was no pain. There was no pain in the baby. That's what makes me feel a little bit better than I did. There was no pain in that baby. That baby was electrocuted and full blast. It's like when they did the death chair. It was electrocuted, full blast like the death chair, but it felt no pain. But it felt no pain. This baby died peacefully.
It was like an
this baby died
apotheosis
peacefully.
of
It was
a
just a little
saint to
surge.
heaven.
Wasn't a little surge of lightning. This baby died peacefully. This baby died peacefully. That's the main thing, right? It did not suffer. It didn't suffer. Maybe it was. Maybe it was supposed to. This was. I don't know if it was supposed to happen, but.
Do you think its eyes bled out before it passed away or after it passed away, Cox? Because
I don't.
Probably after it passed.
I don't even want to think about that.
The baby
I
did
guess
not
you
suffer,
finally
ladies and
tried the final solution to babies. Heil Cox.
No, that's really uncalled for there.
This baby died in a freak, tragic accident. How dare you? I'm obviously sentimental right now. Me and Bert, we're both sentimental right now. This baby died in a horrible accident. How dare you have the audacity to joke about a tragic accident? Look at this baby, man. Look at this baby. It wasn't supposed to happen. It was a horrible, horrible, horrible accident. I'm crying right now. These are crying. Do you have a tissue?
I do not have a tissue on at the moment.
I'm so sad right now. This was a baby. This was a thing. This was a baby. This was a thing. This was a baby. This was a thing.
Hey Ryan, I believe you. I know you didn't kill the baby. Meet me at the Red Lobster tonight. I'll take you out for some cheddar biscuits and a good dick down. Don't worry about paying, it's on me tonight since you're so sad.
A baby is dead! A baby is dead! A baby is dead! I don't want to go to the Red Lobster with you! How dare you bring up sexual acts while a baby is sitting in its coffin? This is a smart coffin. This is a $1,000 smart coffin. This is a top-of-the-line piece of equipment. This is a smart coffin. It has the dials. We have the baby at a very comfortable temperature right now. A very comfortable temperature right now. How dare you? Well, a baby is dead. How dare you while a baby is dead? And it died in a tragic accident. How dare you? How dare you? I think it's despicable. I think it's despicable what you people are doing. I think it's despicable.
It's a goddamn shame.
Hi, welcome. Do you have a few words to say about this baby that died?
Yeah. So I have one question to ask you. Actually, well, two. Why is the baby in the microwave?
Why is the baby in the microwave?
Yeah.
I can explain that.
Yeah.
I can explain that.
Please.
Is that what? Wait. Ask the question again. I'm sorry.
Why is the baby in the microwave?
That's a fair question. That's a valid question. This is not a microwave, though. This is not a microwave.
It's a toaster
This
oven.
is a smart. No, it's not. Bert misspoke. This is a smart. This is a smart coffin. This baby's at a very comfortable temperature right now. This is a smart coffin. It's not a microwave. What makes you think this is a microwave? I mean, that's a weird thing to say. It's a weird thing to say. It's a really weird thing to say.
I mean, it wasn't at a comfortable temperature when it was in that microwave and you cooked it. I mean, you killed your own baby.
No. I'm afraid you're mistaken, sir. I'm afraid you are mistaken. The
No,
baby
not
actually
Bert.
chewed the.
Everybody knows Bert didn't do anything. It was fully Ryan. Ryan did
Thank you, sir.
This is a tragic accident! This is a tragic accident! This baby died of an accident!
I mean, if it's so tragic, why are you trying to wear jeans during a funeral?
This isn't jeans. This is designer clothes. This is designer
why is
clothes.
the holes in the
You doubt that I care about the baby? Do you doubt that I care about this baby? You really doubt how much I care about this
Since you put it
baby?
in the microwave.
Why would I do? That's a crazy thing to say. Is that crazy?
I mean, you tried to flush
You know,
it
Is
down.
that crazy?
It is absolutely
Insane,
bonkers.
ridiculous.
It's fucking coconuts, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think we should
New
swear
Orleans,
while the baby's here, but
come down here and probably
you are. How dare you, man? How dare you? You're despicable. You're despicable. You know what?
I'm not the
You
one
know what?
cooking babies, aren't I?
Wow! Wow!
Yeah, Wesley.
You need to get on my funeral. She's gonna get you
You
off.
need
Get
to
her
suck my
off.
own dick.
Use the tablet to get him off. Use the
You know, you
tablet.
need to suck my dick.
Use the tablet.
You know, you need
Use
to
the
suck my dick,
tablet.
Wesley.
Get him
1, 2,
off.
3, Wesley Cox, huh?
Get him off
Yeah.
now! What a ridiculous thing to say! That a baby died in a microwave? Who even thinks of babies in microwaves and puts that together? What a weird assumption. This baby was in... I'm so sad right now. I'm so upset right now. You know, everyone at Cox News knows my reputation. They know who I am. Bert, you know that we both didn't do this. We both are not responsible for what happened to this baby. If anything, Jake is, but we're not blaming Jake.
Yeah. I've been saying this since the start of Cox News, and this recent gaffe confirms it. Fire Jake. He's a terrible tech supervisor. Also bring back Lori Gingham.
You know, Jake, you really did cross the line here. You know, you think that's okay, Jake? You think that's okay? I mean, this baby's dead right now, Jake. I mean, this baby's dead right now. You were the one there. I don't care what you're saying. You can't even speak words. That baby died.
Can't understand a fucking word you're saying.
Don't swear. This is not going to make it any better. The baby, it went away peacefully. That's all I'm saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jake suffers from workaholism, and you know,
Jimmy
he's a
A.
tireless worker, ladies and gentlemen, and you know, for this reason, he was just absolutely fatigued.
What is this? Message from Jimmy A for the baby. He says, "We need more brave men like Udoof." A baby funeral! A baby funeral! Are you joking? A baby has died! And me and Bert didn't do anything to this baby. We loved the baby. We both were co-parenting together, weren't we?
Absolutely,
we were working
Crust.
on things,
Absolutely.
weren't we?
We were
working on things.
You know,
we
we
had a
going-
great time doing it. We both were
We had our
enthusiastic.
first counseling appointment.
to help
This
that
is
baby.
Friday, ladies and
Even though we
gentlemen.
didn't know who the father was, we both manned up. We both... No, that's so disrespectful to the
God.
baby. That is so disrespectful.
Oh,
No, you just made it
Jesus
worse.
Christ.
Bert, that is so
Oh, wait,
disrespectful.
fire!
That's-
Fire!
No, that's no. Pick up the flowers. That's gosh. No. Oh, no. No. This is not supposed to be happening. Fix it. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry to everyone. This was not intended. This was not intended to happen. Oh, okay. Oh God. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not easy for us. We're both suffering. Me and Bert both suffering right now. We're trying to co-parent this kid together. We really were, weren't we?
Indeed.
You may have killed me,
What?
Ryan Tiny Cox Yellow Teeth. My ghostly spirit is in the studio and I will haunt you forever. BABYKILLER
What are you
Cox.
talking about? What are you talking about? Don't make this a demonic thing. Don't make this a demonic thing. You think the baby would want that? If the baby was alive? You know, I watched this baby have its first steps. We have a voicemail message from somebody. We have a voicemail.
You son of a bitch. I saw you last night. Put that baby in the microwave,
What?
and you
What?
put it in there
What are you talking
for
about?
10 minutes.
No.
Who puts a baby in a microwave for 10 minutes?
Crank it down.
How could you
Perhaps.
do such a thing?
No,
Sammy.
that never happened.
You will
Sammy,
be
then-
caught
no.
by the authorities, and you will be thrown in prison. You son of a bitch.
It was electrocution. Come
Oh,
on.
Jesus
It
Christ.
was electrocution.
It was electrocuted. I mean, clearly.
How dare you?
Clearly, I mean, you could tell. I mean, you
How
could
dare
tell
you.
from you know the if you were in the studio right now, you would smell like the smoke, the sense. You know, I mean, because it's hair
But
burn.
I don't
mean,
think the baby's. I don't personally think the baby smells
I
at
mean-
all, Bert. I don't think the baby smells at all.
no, but the baby
You know, the
is
baby
rotting.
smells normal because it was electrocuted. There's no smell after it's electrocuted.
Right.
You know
The
about that,
temperature
right?
controlled.
No,
The coffin
no,
is temperature
not that.
controlled.
It was not shocking to hear. That's not what I said. This is
Yeah, but don't you smell that?
This is a temperature controlled
I mean,
coffin. This is a temperature controlled coffin. How could?
It's like a mixture
Bert,
between feet
Bert,
and
the
like
flowers, man.
You know, like that the water after you boil hot dogs in them. It's sort of like.
Stop. Oh, that's enough details. No, I don't think it smells at all.
Can I say my eulogy, please?
Yes, that's what I was going to say, Bert. Bert, I think it's time that we allow Bert to say a few words, because me and Bert are both very sad. We're both very sad. Bert, why don't you take it away?
Baby, you were with us Long enough. You weren't with us long enough. You were taken well before your time. And though I know that my life is better off, that you are gone now. And I know that...
Not to
no,
interrupt
allow me
you,
to
but what
finish.
did you mean by your life is better off without the baby? Aren't you sad about the baby dying?
No, but clearly, I mean, how am I going to get laid if I've got a kid, much less a deformed kid, a retarded...
Bert, what are you doing?
No, I'm just giving... Okay, let me start. I'll start at the beginning. Ladies, baby, you were here... you were here for a while, and it was not long enough. And we are, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great weight upon our hearts today as we say goodbye to the baby. And we know that, though we will sleep better, we won't have to change, just filthy diapers and...
Can you say some positive things? Can you say some positive things?
Absolutely.
There's a lot of positives, too.
Now that you have died, you will never be how shall I say, you shall, blue balls. You'll never experience blue balls. You'll never get a venereal disease. And,
Be more empathetic.
You'll never... But I'm showing empathy here. I'm showing empathy because my heart goes out to the baby, but at the same time, I'm recognizing that the baby has it quite lucky because he's not a poor son of a bitch like you and me, suffering still in this fucking mixed up, awful world of ours. Ladies and gentlemen, because it is an awful world. It is an awful world where in a first world country, a very handsomely paid producer can fall asleep at his shift. While he's manning his post, and you have an innocent child, with these wires hanging. I mean, the child doesn't know the difference between that and spaghetti, for God's sake. The child was probably just hungry. He was probably teething. And so he made a very ill-fated decision. And would I were able to go back in time, ladies and gentlemen, I would have told that baby, now, you want to think about this decision very carefully. And while I would have allowed the baby to, to do what the baby needed to do, because it's very important to give a child independence and, to really teach them that they need to learn themselves and, basically, right the ship of their lives, so to speak, I lost my place.
I think that's good. That was well said, Bert. I mean, it was a little rough around the edges, but that was well said. I think it's time that we, I think some people have some more respects they want to pay to the baby.
Let's just hope you're not burning in hell at this moment, because you caused me an awful lot of turmoil
enough.
while you were alive. And God damn it, if there's one thing that I'm sure the Lord, our Creator, frowns upon, it's when people make
Hey
trouble for
Ryan,
Burtbyrd.
I 100% agree it's Jake's fault and he should be fired. But how did the baby
Thank
eat
you.
through the wire if it has no teeth?
Guys,
Also, no more CX in the chat. Anime is bad and rip retard cox
Let me
less
tell
than
you.
3 potato potato potato
Stop
potato
saying
potato
potato,
potato
my
potato
baby's
potato
dead.
potato
My baby's
potato
dead,
potato
man. My baby's dead right now.
potato
How
potato
could they?
potato
How can you
potato
make
potato
it to
potato
me?
potato
Make a baby
potato
funeral
potato
to me.
potato
You think you wanna make a
potato
baby funeral to
potato
me?
potato
I'm trying to care
potato
for this
potato
child.
potato.
Look at you. Yeah. Cut it out. Yeah. How dare you? I'll tell you how the baby died.
You're messing with the wrong individual.
The baby. That's why our microphone's been
Individuals.
That's why our microphone's been scuffed.
That's why it's
That's
scuffed,
why
ladies
it's
and
always
gentlemen.
been static. Because the baby's been cutting into it. And you say it doesn't have teeth, but this baby, I don't know what genes it got, but it had teeth. It had teeth. It was a biter.
It did have teeth,
It
ladies
was a
and
biter.
gentlemen, because
And I
it took a
personally-
bite out of me a couple of times, and they were like little
And I'm not
sharp
gonna lie,
razors.
people. This is a smart coffin. You never see one of these because
Ryan,
you
you
can't
have
afford
my
it.
sympathies and I'm sorry
Thank you.
for the loss of yours and Bert's child.
Thank you.
Here's
Well,
a
it's not
nice
my-
joke to help you two laugh.
not my child, though, but
What's
thank you.
funnier than 10 dead babies in one microwave? One dead baby in 10 microwaves.
That's not funny. That's not funny. Hold on, that's not funny. That's not funny.
That is,
That's so funny.
that is absolute. I was so nervous. I was so nervous, ladies and
Why
gentlemen.
did you laugh, Bert?
No, it was just so inappropriate that I felt so uncomfortable with the anxiety.
You
that
want to turn a baby funeral into a meme? You want to turn a baby funeral into a
Shame
meme?
on you.
And then we're in the
What you
microwave.
made me do?
The microwaves are for food. They cook food. Right, Bert?
Mike, this looks more like a toaster oven, but ladies and gentlemen, this is a smart coffin, ladies and gentlemen.
What? No, there's
A smart coffin.
There's knobs for temperature controls. It's at a warm.
Control the
Don't
temperature
open that.
here.
Don't
Control
open
the
that.
temperature,
Bert, do not open that. Do not open that.
I
That
know,
baby
it
did not die of
smells.
electricity. It died because of you and Baldy raped it.
Oh no, absolutely not, absolutely
I'm gonna
not.
say this again.
We like women. We like full-grown
Wait,
women.
what does
We
this have to do? No, I'm saying the baby did not deserve to go out
right,
like this.
Right, and
The baby did not deserve to go out like this. The baby deserved to have a respectable funeral right now.
I mean,
My
where
hands
would we
are
even
clean.
put
I
our
know what
dick?
I did. I know what I did. I know where I've been. I know what I've done. I know how many kids I've been with. As far as parenting goes.
In terms of educating and leading these people to the promised land. In terms of Ryan kids has spent ample time with children. He knows how many kids he's been with. I've been with a couple 16-year-olds.
I don't like the way that's being worded. I don't like the way that's being worded.
We're talking about a child less than one here, and
Okay,
there's quite
baby
a
killers,
difference
I will
between-
bring the dead baby back with the power of Satan.
I'm afraid that's impossible. Ryan and I have already.
Enough of the memes! You know, if this baby wasn't my child, but I wouldn't be telling you the truth. I didn't say I saw a little bit of